Und weiter geht's in Lamplight City. Ich hoffe, es hat gespeichert. Ansonsten habe ich jetzt ein Problem. Sieht so aus. So, was habe ich getan? Was muss ich tun? Bill, hilf mir.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
Oh, vielen Dank.
Any thoughts on Mrs. Hanbrook's assistant, Trevor?
Yes, I feel sorry for him.
Why? He seems to enjoy his work.
Nah, it's not that. He's obviously smitten with Mrs. Hanbrook, but she won't give him the time of day.
What? You only saw him for a few moments. How in the ether did you get that impression?
The way he looked at her, the way he spoke when he confessed to contacting the police. Shall I go on?
No, that's fine. I see what you mean.
Really, Miles? You'd be surprised what you can learn from people if you just look at them.
Why bother doing that when I've got you to do it for me?
So kann man es auch sehen.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So, what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
And I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hanbrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Also wenn es immer nur an
Damn. Forgot to bring my deck of
Liefertagen
cards again.
passiert.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I
Könnte
said,
es mit dem Lieferanten zu tun
right.
haben. Aber
Your sense of
jetzt erstmal
humor
zu
remains
schauen.
on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a
Britannia.
week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Leute, ihr habt da ein Verbrechen aufzuklären.
No, I didn't
Kein
mean it like that.
Familiendrama.
It's just... Shh.
I think I heard something. Oh, no.
Bill? Stop!
Natürlich.
Damn it. He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
Ja, kein Problem. Viel gerne.
Bill!
Stay back, officer. Got a knife.
Ready your pistol for him.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now!
There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened.
Ja,
Listen to
gerne.
this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things
Nein,
get worse.
nein, nein.
Look, we've caught you red-handed. Put down the knife, let my partner go, and give yourself up.
No! I'm not going to jail.
Das war die falsche Entscheidung.
Yes, I do. If you cooperate, I'll see if I can get the judge to ease your sentence.
Der
I
wird
appreciate your tactics,
nicht.
Fordham, but this really isn't the time.
No!
Das war die falsche Entscheidung.
Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
Das war jetzt vielleicht nicht das Ende, was ich wollte. Was lernen wir daraus? Niemals schießen. Benutzt keine Waffen.
Wake up, sunshine.
How I thought that's what I called you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space.
Jetzt
I
sieht er
know
auch noch
it's not
Geister.
easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
Darf ich den Fall trotzdem lösen?
I'm losing my grip on reality, and it's all because of you.
Believe me, I know. It's not a pretty situation. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
I've dealt with you for the past 3 months. I can keep doing it.
Yeah, and with the way you've been going, you'll end up like me sooner rather than later.
So then it's back to your oh-so-clever plan of tracking down the burglar from the flower shop?
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was you who killed me. But the point
Naja.
remains, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him.
Ja.
Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Justice, doch immer gut.
Justice?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's gonna start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Das sagen sie alle.
Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind. Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore. I'm certain a permanent indentation in the shape of your rear is starting to form on that thing.
Habe ich keine eigenen Gedanken mehr oder warum kommentiert Bill alles für mich?
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room. You should have let me be buried wearing my hat. At least it wouldn't be gathering dust like it is now.
If I'd done that, it would be dust right now.
Heh, fair point. Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down.
Sängerin?
That's a fun little apparatus Adelaide got you. Very soothing.
Watching it spin long enough puts me right to sleep.
I'd say that's really more the soporific's doing.
Was ist ein Gyroskop? Gyroskop?
Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private
Oh
time.
Gott.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
Für Romantic Comedy habe ich nicht
Cozy
unterschrieben.
little winter getaway. That would be a welcome change from the winters in this city. Adelaide's mother certainly enjoyed pressing flowers. Do you suppose she does more of it now that she's retired?
Das sind die Fragen, über die wir uns wirklich Gedanken machen müssen.
It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
Ist es ihr Schlafzimmer? Oder
Ah,
warum?
that poster brings back some memories. That's from around the time you two met, isn't it?
Yes, back when Addie was singing at the Angel.
Und tschüss.
Well, look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
Niemals. Leben ist anstrengend.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit, she's got you there.
How are you feeling?
A touch groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear.
Newspaper klingt gut. Remembering the HMS Ligeia. Tragic crash. Ein Schiff wahrscheinlich. Airship. Gascogne Grand Dame dies. Laura Dupré, aged 44, died on Saturday. Veracity, is it real? And it's coming, says scientist. Veracity is substance. Second bizarre murder. Murder? Stopp. Ich bin noch nicht fertig. Murder in Cholmondeley. Ja, ihr wisst. Ich habe ein Problem mit diesem Namen. Similar to the one which occurred in that bar. Many details are confidential at this time. We are able to confirm that both victims have been male and died from gunshot wounds. Both victims? Male? New Britannian police declined to reveal any further details and denied rumors that the murders are being committed by a serial killer. We have no reasons to believe that these murders are related, said Chief of Police Reginald Snelling. We have our finest detectives on the case and hope to find whoever perpetrated these awful crimes very soon. In the meantime, we asked the citizens of New Britannia, especially those in Cholmondeley, to remain vigilant and report any and all suspicious activity immediately to a police officer. Coverage will continue as the story unfolds. Also 2 neue Opfer an einem anderen Platz. Schauen wir mal, was uns from big cases come in which which I think will interest you. Oh Gott, diese Schrift. Meet me at the Rouen Coffee House for more details.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Does she go into any more detail than that?
No, but then you know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis. Especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie. With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the Ruin Coffee House. That can't be right.
It's not like Constance to make mistakes. She must have gotten in somehow.
Guess I'll head over there and see what she's got then.
Was ist an diesem Coffeehaus so besonders, dass er sich darüber wundert?
It might do you some good to look in the mirror a bit more often, Miles.
Hey, es ist nichts, was ein Freund zu einem sagt.
I always liked that painting. It's impossible to see that kind of scenery here in the city. You remember how much time Adelaide had to spend convincing you to sit for this? At least these days, with ferrotype tech advancing the way it is, these portraits can be done in just a matter of minutes.
Oh ja, die Ferrotypie.
Adelaide's father certainly had an amazing life. Imagine being the personal barber to the Prime Minister and his family. The gossip and secrets he must have heard.
Was ist das denn?
I'd love to see the look on Snelling's face if he ever found out you kept your old truncheon.
Schlagstock?
Ah, the Havisham case. Our first time out as partners. First in a long line of successful cases.
No.
It's nice to have a memory of the good old days. Bollingworth Ale. My favorite! And a nice souvenir from the Angel. You really ought
My
to go back there
favorite.
someday.
Klingt wie Ruffle. Fire Emblem Freunde werden es verstehen.
It's been so long since you used that desk. Did you even notice when Adelaide got rid of the chair?
Nö.
Building those model ships was a good way to pass the time between cases. Hopefully it'll be a while before you get enough time to build another one. Your book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move. How are your parents doing these days? It's been ages since you wrote them.
Passiert.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
How's work going? You have any appointments today?
Yes, one this evening. It's been a bit slow lately, but pretty soon it'll be debutante ball season, and all the Gascon grand dames will need their hair done.
Diese
You
französischen
sure I
Namen
can't
irritieren
convince
mich
you to let me
total.
give you a little trim? You've been looking awfully scruffy lately.
What's the point? I've got no need to go peacocking around town. You're the only girl for me.
I like it when you're clean cut. It brings out your eyes.
The way my eyes have been looking lately, I think it's best to keep them hidden.
Das ist sehr selbstkritisch.
I've still got that song you sang last week at the Rutherford stuck in my head. You were amazing.
Thank you, Miles. That was a lovely evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
They were very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am. What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh yes, I love his work. He's been publishing a new serial in Brentwell magazine. I can't wait to read it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
Zusammenlesen
I'll
habe
let you
ich
get back to your book.
nie richtig verstanden, muss ich sagen.
I'll see you later, Addie.
Goodbye, dear. Love you.
Love you too.
Hätte ich mich vielleicht doch anziehen sollen? Naja.
Ah, the New Inn Coffee
reizend.
House. Worst Java in Lamplight City, but there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion was never your forte.
Ja. Hallo.
She's running back and forth at lightning speed. Clearly, she dips into the coffee supply.
Danke, Bill.
Best avoid that one. He looks like he might tip over at any moment. Reminds me of when I was alive. Ah, good times.
Tja, es war schon nett, wenn man am
He's
Leben war.
missing his left arm below the elbow. How do you suppose that happened? He and his friend are having quite the conversation. I bet it's really boring. Judging by the sooty apron, this man is either a metal worker, a chimney sweep, or just really lazy when it comes to washing. Just one of many patrons contributing to the oppressive thug in here.
Meint er den Smog da oben?
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Das stimmt.
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Hello, Fordham. It's good to see you.
How did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really. The owner and I have an understanding. He pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
Sounds like a good deal. What sort of unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got
Frauen
time to get
sind
into
nicht
that
erlaubt
now.
in...
But take some
Was
advice.
ist das denn?
Don't order anything that isn't water.
I got your message. What's going on?
It's time for you to join the big boys again, Fordham. Your days of finding lost cats are over.
Hurra.
So stop teasing me and tell me what it is already.
Do you know Madame Laura Dupré?
Dupré. Das ist Dupré.
Laura Dupré. She's one of those Gascon grand dames, isn't she?
That's right.
Der Fall
Surprised
aus
you've
der
heard of her.
Zeitung.
I didn't think you cared about those types of people.
I don't, but Adelaide has several of them as clients. She gets paid to pretend to care about their lives, and I get to hear the sordid details.
Madame Dupre died the day before yesterday. Her funeral was held this morning.
My condolences.
But halfway through the service, the mourners heard a loud knocking coming from inside her coffin.
She wasn't dead?
Apparently not. Nearly interred alive, although her doctor swears she had no pulse. Dupre's son Andrew was quick to suspect foul play. He accused a man named Albert Martin, and the police arrested him.
So where do I come in? Sounds like the case has already been solved.
I strongly suspect that Martin is innocent, especially considering the talk of him having used black magic on Dupre. The police feel they have enough evidence to convict, so they're not bothering to investigate any further.
Harry Potter?
You're going to look into it and see if I'm right, then find the person who was really behind this.
Why not just ask Madame Dupre herself?
She hasn't spoken since the ordeal. Apparently, she's been catatonic since they pulled her out of the coffin.
Ja, das wäre ich
How
auch.
unfortunate.
If you'd like to question Mr. Martin, he's being held at the Bow Street Jail. Or you could take a look around his house. It's at 451 Compton Street in Worcester.
And the Dupre home?
Worcester.
That's at Emmeline and Comtesse, right across from the old Angeline convent. It's also possible you might run into the police during your investigation, since they're technically still on the case.
Thanks for the warning.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about before you get started?
1000 Sachen.
Yes, actually, I had a couple of questions.
Let's hear them then.
Don't suppose there have been any developments regarding Bill's murder?
Unfortunately not. The department hasn't exactly been focusing on that case as a priority.
Ihre Stimme klingt
The
ganz
general
anders.
attitude is that it was an accident. Bill died an honorable death in the line of duty.
Would have been nice if they bothered saying that at the funeral.
And of course, there are still those who blame you for his death, Snelling being the first and foremost.
But the man who really caused Bill's death is still out there.
Yes, I know, but it looks like you're on your own if you want to find him. My
Keine
hands are
Sorge.
tied. I can only ask around so much before the higher-ups get
Ich muss einfach nur aus
suspicious.
der Tür gehen.
Just don't give up. New Britannia may be a big city, but the criminal world is surprisingly close-knit. If you find any connections or leads during your other cases, be sure and let me know. I'll do the same if I find anything out.
See, she has a priorities straight. You could learn a lot from up there.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
What do you know about Madame Dupre?
Only what I've read about her in the paper. She's been married thrice, which I can empathize with, and she's extremely rich, which I can't.
What makes you think this Martin fellow is innocent?
The fact that the only evidence is the word of Dupre's son. I've seen this sort of thing thousands of times, and I'm sure you did too. They're just looking for a scapegoat. You're the only person I know who can put it right.
Upton's intentions are noble, but she has to realize this is just a drop in the ocean.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
then you'd better get back to it.
Sollte ich wohl, ja.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to help you find the flower shop burglar, but I suppose freeing an innocent man is a worthy diversion.
Also, was haben wir? Question residents of Dupre Manor. Question Albert Martin in jail. Tja. Okay, ich würde sagen, das war's für heute. Dann machen wir morgen weiter mit der Investigation at Dupre Manor.